G'day guys, Rick here from Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, and I just wanted to come on and first of all, I suppose, apologise for those that enjoy our videos because we haven't had too much time to do any of late. I suppose most people are probably aware at this point how busy it's been for all bullion dealers across Australia. It's been absolutely mental, both with buying and selling, but certainly more buying than selling. It's just with the videos and stuff for us, it's just a bit of a priorities thing, I guess. So our number one priority is always going to be, serving customers, making sure phone calls are returned, emails are responded to, shipments are shipped out on time. And not to say that some of those things haven't slipped, but they are the priority over, I suppose, making content. This is just a bit of a nice thing to have when we do have time. So we will, things seem to have tapered off ever so slightly now. So we'll be doing our best efforts to get some more content out. So if you're a long-time watcher, we expect to see some of the videos go back to the same sort of scheduling we were having before. With that, I suppose the question on everyone's lips is around stock. So obviously it's really difficult at the moment, not so much to get products, but to get the products that people are after, I suppose is the easiest way to put it. Kilo bars of silver, really hard to get a hold of at the moment. The correct size fractionals, so your 20 grams and half ounces and quarters, which seem to be the most popular at the moment, being that they keep you under that $5,000 limit. So what we've done is we sort of tapped out the local suppliers that we can get a hold of in those sizes. So now we've sort of looked to the international suppliers to bring in a lot more of that stuff, which is a good and a bad thing because we'd sort of been meaning to get back to some of the international products that we know people love that we bring in. The way it was for a little while there was the issue with having such a surge in demand was to keep supply on the website and in the store meant that we had to sort of swap to local sources to get it a little bit more readily available. But now, obviously, that we've tapped out those sources, it's sort of forced us to go back to the international stuff. So good and bad things, I suppose. Now, we have had a few issues with the sort of tail end of what we were getting locally. So obviously we had some XAG products and things like that, especially in the kilos that were supposed to arrive sort of end of last week. And at the moment, they can't really tell us when they're going to ship them. It's not an issue of silver. It's an issue of manufacturing. So to get those kilos made, typically we were seeing like a 5 to 7 day turnaround on those. They've now sort of blown out and they can't really give us an update at this point around shipping times, which is a bit disappointing, but they are on the way for anyone who's ordered those XAG Tigers or any of the other kilo bars that we had up previously and the kilo coins as well. In the interim, we, as I mentioned before, we're sort of hitting the international markets pretty hard. So we've got a lot of Scottsdale stuff coming, a few other products from the States as well. We'll probably get a bit of a top up on those Legendary Warriors because they seem to be one of the ones that we can get reasonably quickly. But just being aware, I suppose everyone's probably heard it and read about it at this point, but we are seeing some pretty significant increases in premiums as well. So we are trying to be a little bit picky with what we get to sort of, vote with your feet, I suppose, or with your wallet. So we're sort of opting for products where the premiums haven't been boosted too much. So in that way we can sort of try to keep our pricing, any pricing increases that we do have to do, we can sort of keep them within reason. If you are looking at, like I know a lot of people, we get probably 20 calls a day about kilo bars that we don't have. if you are looking at any of those products, like the Scottsdale stuff that we've got up for pre-order and stuff, I would put your order in. I know I'm personally, as a retail buyer, I would rather not do pre-orders myself. But I think the nature of the market at the moment, if you don't lock in the product that you're after, although, it's ETA a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, the likelihood that there's any left by the time that pre-order arrives, I would say, is almost zero. So at this point, we're sort of, I think we put up some of the Scottsdale product for pre-order. I think we put up about 60 kilos, and they sort of cleared out in about 24 hours. So, and they're 2 to 3 weeks away. So I can't imagine that any of that Scottsdale order will be left by the time it arrives. So if you are chasing those products, as reluctant as I would be, it's probably much the same with most of you guys, I would still be locking that in, because it's more of a case if you can get it. It's great that the silver price sort of come off a bit, and you can average your price down a little bit for those of you that have maybe bought a few ounces on the upswing. But that only sort of works if you can get it, and at the moment the only way we can sort of supply it to our customers is through the pre-orders, because obviously we have to keep our stock turning over. So if we don't have anything available, we're going to put it up for pre-order, and the likelihood is that pre-order is going to clean out the whole shipment before it even arrives, and we're just tacking shipments onto the back of the next one. As each pre-order sells out, we're just grabbing another one. So we'll keep a steady stream coming through, but over the short to medium term, I can't see us coming off pre-order. It feels to me like we're probably going to be pre-ordering batch after batch after batch. So if you did want any of those products, I would grab them on pre-order. Just with that, we've had to get in touch with a few people. Normally with pre-orders, they're not too far away. Typically we don't put them up until they're sort of a week to 2 weeks away. And some people select a cash on collection option for payment. And most of the time that's fine. With the sort of swings that we're experiencing with price, and like this one, these Scottsdale orders potentially being 2 to 3 weeks away, the payment terms are still 48 hours. So if you want to lock in that metal and that product, because we've got such demand for it, you do need to make your payment as though the product was in stock. So you've got to make your payment in 48 hours, because if you lock in the product on a pre-order and you don't end up paying for it, especially in volatile markets, you buy it on one day and it drops 2 or 3% the next day, and then people sort of say, oh no, I don't want it anymore. The thing is that we can sell that product to someone else. So if you are doing a pre-order, just make sure your payments are coming in. We're reasonably flexible with that. People give us a call sometimes, say, look, I'm coming down on Saturday, it being a Wednesday or a Tuesday. Is that all good? We're pretty understanding about it. We're not super strict on it, but we do need to get the payments for the pre-orders so that we can allocate that metal to you, or we can reload it to the website for someone else who's chasing those products. So that's about it from us, guys. Appreciate everyone who's been patient with us through this period, and understanding of obviously the difficulties that we're facing as a business with such an increase in demand, and we might be a little bit slower in getting back to people and things like that. So we do appreciate anyone who's experienced any of that and has been understanding of why that might be occurring. And we'll look forward to chatting to you all again. We will definitely be getting a few more videos out this week. So if you're not subscribed already, please like, share, subscribe, and you'll see those come out as they pop up on the web. Thanks, guys.